Hello, my name is Heather Hoagland. I have just been really debating on whether or not to do a YouTube video or Facebook Live or all those other live videos. Um, but I am just so tired of this constant battle. So I have recently changed from liberal to conservative. And of course, the way that times are now, that's very frowned upon. I just wanted to share my experience this evening that I had when I went to go vote. So I was walking up with my son, walking in, and I was approached by a lady or flagged down by a lady wanting to give me some information. So she said, "Do you need this?" And I was like, "I'm not sure." So I went over and looked at it, and she's explaining to me what it is, and it's a Democrat pamphlet, flyer, telling me, I said, "Oh, so this is for me to vote for." And she said, "Oh, well, yeah, it's the black Democratic choice." So I said, "Oh, I don't need that, thank you." And she said, "Oh, you're not voting Democratic, you're voting Republican. Well, you're crazy, and when Trump is through with you, you'll be sorry." That that's voter intimidation. So you're really trying to get me to reconsider what I might be. Maybe I'm indecisive. I was totally decisive, but somebody might be indecisive, or maybe they just don't really want to share with you, but you're kind of forced to share it, or whatever the case. I should feel free to share how I want to vote. I've learned, though, since I've changed from liberal to conservative, that that's not really a good thing. I don't care myself to share. The energy to share is what has been stopping me. I have shared a little bit on my Facebook page. I've been criticized by family, friends, Christians even. So I've been through it with them, but I've kind of laid back a little bit lately. But that today just took the cake. So then I go in to vote. And now I guess they're updating the system or whatever. It's a new way, it's digital. So you go in and they want you to sign, and now you're picking which party that you're affiliating yourself with. Well, I never did change over. What's the word? I've never changed over officially, and so I thought, okay, well, I will. Well, it didn't give a choice. I wouldn't really consider myself a Republican. I would consider myself more independent, but there was no option for that. So it was Democrat, Republican, or voter issue, like just for this day, this is what I'm gonna be like. So it didn't even distinguish which one you were going to identify with. But of course, the way that they have it set up, it's like an iPad or a tablet, and they had it facing them for them to find out get my name and all that pulled up, and then to identify me with my license, and then they turn it over, and they're walking you through it, and it doesn't give you any privacy. So you are putting it in, they're looking at you, they're seeing everything that you're putting in, which is fine with me. But if they're going to see it, then they need to keep their comments, their looks, and I can't stop people from how they look, but their comments at least to themselves. But anyways, I chose Republican because that's how I was voting today. I'm choosing to vote more conservative from now on. So it's going to be my choice. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that. I voted. They walked me over to the machine, and it was kind of the same little attitude when she saw my ticket and saw that it was Republican, and she's like, mm. And she went in, filled it out. So, set it up for me, I should say. Um, then I realized that I had the pen from the tablet after I voted. So I went back over and gave them the pen back. And the lady that I worked with, she was facing my son. He was sitting in the stands. We were in a rec center, and they have stands. And so he saw her look. He didn't know anything that was happening. I mean, he heard the lady when we were walking in, but he didn't know the other parts because he was sitting in the stands. But when I gave her the pin back, when we walked out, he told me that she looked at me and just frowned up or whatever. Maybe she's just mad because I took the pen, or maybe she's mad because she doesn't like my choice. But I just wanted to share that and let you know that the ACLU says that voter intimidation is not common. Well, I experienced it. Not common. I don't know what they're trying to say with that, but if nobody shares it, then they won't really know if it's common or not. So I'm sharing it. Also, they say, I wrote down some examples of voter intimidation. So I would recommend making a video, voicing this to the ACLU. I'm going to let them know that there was voter intimidation. There were no conservatives passing out flyers trying to force you to look at their stuff or take their stuff. And then even if they were, I don't know if they would have been trying to sway me to go from Democrat to conservative, because that's not what conservatives do. They're not trying to force people to vote how they would like them to vote. They want people to vote how they want to vote. And this is part of my problem and my frustration with the liberal side is unless it's their way, there's no conversation, there's no reasoning. So they don't want to sit down and talk about anything. It's either my way, the right way, and if you're not doing it that way, then you're wrong, you're crazy, you're insane. So some of the examples were that they have for voter intimidation: aggressively questioning voters about their citizenship, criminal record, or other qualifications to vote in a manner intended to interfere with the voters' rights; falsely presenting oneself as an elections official; spreading false information about voter requirements such as an ability to speak English or the need to present certain types of photo identification in states with no such requirement; displaying false or misleading signs about voter fraud and criminal penalties related thereto; and or other forms of harassment, particularly harassment targeted towards non-English speakers and voters of color. So if you've experienced any of these, anything like I have today, I would recommend to share it. I'd recommend to tell the proper people, contact the ACLU, let them know. Otherwise, they'll say it's not common. But I'm pretty sure it is, especially these days when everybody's so Trump scared. So that's it for now. I may look into sharing a little more and build my confidence up in it. But I thought it was interesting that I wore this shirt today, Faith Like Noah, and here's my I voted sticker. Of course, you guys have seen that. I didn't do it on purpose, but I thought it was fitting where I had the shirt on. It's really, my faith is in God. My faith isn't in these people. I can't trust people. I mean, I trust people, but I can't put my whole faith into them. So my faith is in the Lord, and I just try to continue to do what He would want me to do, and um, I try to vote in people that I believe would support my moral beliefs, my Christian values, and that's it. I know that my money, my household will be taken care of as long as I follow the Lord. So I'm not concerned about that stuff. I mean, I just can't be. I don't worry about it. I know that I'll be well taken care of. So my faith is in the Lord. My faith is like Noah, because he trusted when people called him crazy for thinking that it was going to rain. So he warned them. He tried to tell them. Um, that's all I have. Thanks for listening. Share if you like. Thank you. Comment below.